All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Wednesday morning Inner Circle live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today. Got a big day ahead. We got rate statement coming out of the United States. We'll take a look to see what the investors are thinking ahead of that statement. And then we'll go from there. So, as always, let's turn off all distractions, prepare your minds and your bodies to engage, as you guys always do. And for the courtesy of everybody on the call, please ensure that your mic is muted if you're not actively asking a question or making a comment. All right. So let's get to it. Hop over to Trading Economics real quick. See what we got in store for today. So before we get to the rate statement, the UK inflation rate below forecast. All right, we saw a similar story come out yesterday for the United States, and today UK inflation rate eased to 10.7% in November from a 41-year high of 11.1% in October, and beating forecast of 10.9%. And the biggest downward contribution came from motor fuel and secondhand cars, while the rising cost of alcohol served in restaurants, cafes, pubs pushed the figure up. At the same time, food rose by 16.4%, the most since 1977. All right. So overall, inflation has gone down. Some areas did increase, right, on an individual basis. So something that definitely impacted the market. And take a look at some of those pairs as well. We have oil holding steady at $76 a barrel. So that's there. And then there was another one. That one got pulled down. But European shares, the stocks were a little changed on Wednesday, with the pan-European stock 600 losing about 0.2%. German DAX edging 0.4% lower to 14,440 as investors remain cautious ahead of key central bank policy statements due this week. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise rates by 50 basis points after 4 consecutive 75 basis point increases, as inflation pressures likely eased further amid strong labor market. Focus will be on Fed Chair Powell's press conference and the summary of economic projections containing the close to watch dot plot. Benny talked about that a little bit last night. For the views on where policymakers expect the interest rates to peak, right? Markets also look ahead to monetary policy decisions coming out of the ECB and the Bank of England and the Swiss National Bank on Thursday. Meanwhile, investors react to data showing the annual inflation rate in the UK slowed more than expected in November. Okay, so folks, all eyes are on the United States today. Okay, hop over here real quick. There's those CPI numbers there, right? CPI and the core CPI both came in below expectation. Okay, so that's that. And this is what we're looking at 2 o'clock, FOMC statement of federal funds rate, right, at 2 o'clock. And then the press conference is going to be the big deal, right? As long as this number comes in at 50 basis points, we may not see a ton of reaction, right? And we'll be looking at the 2:30 time frame for that press conference. All right, so we'll keep our eyes peeled there. And then later on today, we got GDP coming out of New Zealand, and then employment change and unemployment rate for Australia. All right, so that's the wrap up for the day. You got any questions from a fundamental perspective, or have you guys read anything of interest that you want to bring to the table? No? All right, cool deal. So I want to start the session out with any pairs that you guys are watching ahead of the CPI? I mean, of the Fed statement today. That's where I want to start. Benny gave us a great overview yesterday of where we sit and what we're looking at. So I want to see what you guys have and talk through some of those. Euro USD. Okay. Anybody else got their eyes on anything? We'll hop over to the Euro. All good, Joy. All good. Let's take a look at the dollar first real quick, and then we will we'll take a look at the Euro USD and the Euro CAD and the Aussie New Zealand. Okay. Cool deal. So the dollar. So we pushed down yesterday, right? This is on the 4. We'll go back to the daily first. Back to the daily. This is where we're sitting on the daily time frame, guys. Just inside that A boundary, right? Push below that daily support level. Now we're sitting at a weekly support level, right at that A boundary zone. Okay, right at that A boundary zone. So be interesting to see, do we take out that A with the news today, even if it's a spike down, right, and then a reversal, or do we start turning over before that statement and the release of that federal funds rate, right? So that's what we want to see is, do we take the A out, or do we turn over, start making our way higher, and then looking at this 118 level as a matching extension? So what I'll do here on the daily is I'm going to run this sub fib off the high here, right? So this puts us right on this down fib, right? These are the sub fibs, the smaller waves at the moment. We're sitting right in that 118, 127 zone off of a shallow retracement, right? So could be in for an 80-20 reversal here, even if price pushes down initially and then comes back, right? So we'll watch to see if we get this type of action here, right? So that'll take out this capital fib, and that'll make these our capital fibs and what we can play our projections off of here, right? Which would then mean, if this turns into our capital fib, right, 382 retracement, coming back and retesting these daily levels that we just broke through as potential options, maybe even coming back to a 618 level here, right, in this previous consolidation zone there. Okay, so that's something to keep your eyes on there. We'll drop down to the 4, and this is what we're looking at here on the 4. Okay, we got fibs running to the upside here, right, and similar deal on the 4, just inside that A boundary. Let's see where this came from. Yeah, okay, just inside that A boundary, right? So we'll see if we get that similar action. So we'll, right, and we didn't have an 80-20 scenario there, but we'll run the fibs off the high here and see where our smaller waves put us, to see if we have any additional confirmation. And we do, right? Similar to the daily time frame, shallow retracement, right? Didn't get to that 382 level, and we're pushing down into this 118, 127 zone, right? So on your daily time frame, on your 4-hour time frame, we got some confirmation here at this weekly level that we could get 80-20 scenario to play out. Okay, so we'll watch that to see if we get this type of action, right? So your daily and your 4-hour sub fibs are in alignment, right, with that similar action. And then don't normally go down to the 1 hour, but let's see what it has in store for us. 1 hour, same thing. We're already in that 118, 127 zone off of a shallow retracement, right? So we could hit the D extension on the 1 if we get this pushed down first before any type of reversal. So we'll see. We'll watch and see how this plays out. This will be interesting. But we got some alignment on our time frames for potential 80-20 on those sub fibs. So that's what we're going to keep our eyes on to see. Okay. So that is the dollar index. That's the dollar index.
Ryan, I forgot.
Talk to him. What's up?
I had 2 questions, but you can address it after you finish. Everybody pairs. The first thing was I had put it in the Telegram, but I didn't check back. Whether or not if though that fusion, whatever that the scientists figure out, if that would have any effect on the tech market. And then yesterday I seen the press conference where they were talking about FTX and everything. So I had just wanted to know if that was any influence as well.
The fusion, what I didn't see your post.
They had with the nuclear fusion or something, and they said it will have a positive effect on energy, the natural energy. I'll find because Jennifer Granholm did a press conference. So I'll find a press conference for Jennifer Granholm and send it.
You know, it yeah, definitely send over. I'd be interested to read it. There's a lot happening when it comes to energy and what's the word I'm looking for? Renewable energy. That's the clean energy, renewable energy. That's it. Yep. So there's a lot happening in that space. It definitely could give a boost to the tech sector, but at the same time, if they have concerns about the interest rates, money's still going to slow down, right? Because they ultimately, right, they may make the decision to slow down those investments until money gets cheaper. Appreciate that, Reese. So that is still potential, but there's tons of things happening in the renewable energy market. It's that space. This is that article that they're talking about. I'll read it a little bit later. Pull it over to the side. That space is super interesting. There's tons happening there. So we're literally just at the beginning of some of these advances, and we'll see an acceleration over the next 3 to 5 years in this space. So this is probably a good start. And we could see a boost, be it now or a little bit in the future regarding that renewable energy conversation due to this. But I'll check it out and I'll have some more insight for you off of that. And I'll give you guys some insight on some other things that I've been researching too when it comes to that renewable energy conversation. So, but appreciate you bringing that up, and I'll check it out. Benny, good morning, bro.
Ryan, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you, Ryan?
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be here for another day, a big day.
A big day, dude. A big day. So we shall see how it rolls. We'll see how it rolls. Should be fun. Let's see what words they choose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, what time does it start the press conference? 2:30? 2:30, I think, today?
2:30. 2:30.
Yeah. So definitely looking forward to it. I got my alarm set, so I'll be making sure that I'm watching it.
Yep, me too. It'll definitely be fun. So appreciate you, bro. We're gonna dive into some of these pairs. We got euro dollar. We'll start there. And from a weekly perspective, right, we pushed through this previous weekly resistance level, right? And we're edging up now. Okay, so we'll see if we're able to close the week above that level, continue rising at 107,888, right? Or do we come back down below that level, right? Today could tell the tale, right? Similar deal here. Excuse me. Right, this is that weekly level, 107,888. And you see we're pushing, trying to push up. Okay, so deep, we're getting deep in the zone here on the daily time frame, right? Approaching the 786 retracement level. That weekly resistance is at an 86 retracement level. So it'll be interesting to see, right, how deep we push here. Okay. As we drop down to the 4, this is what we're looking at. All right. Yesterday with the push to the upside here, we hit the extension off the low. Okay. We got our 118, 127 zone sitting right in that 107,888 area. Okay. So it wouldn't be surprising to see this. Okay. We'll watch and see. Right. We'll watch and see, but it wouldn't be surprising to see price push into that zone. And then, right, we know we got the rate statement for the ECB coming out tomorrow. Right. So could get a push up and then see if we get a reversal after that. Okay. So something to keep our eyes on the 4 hour, we got an 80-20 scenario. Okay. Those who drop down, come to the 4. That 80-20 scenario on the 4, 8-6 retracement on the daily time frame puts us around the D extension on the 1 hour. Okay. So on each level, this 107,888 is key. Okay. It's key. Excuse me. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled, right? That's our highest point. We're running that trend line there. We'll see if we bounce a little bit and then start making our way higher, right? So getting to this 107,888 would not be surprising. Would not be surprising, right? 126 pips to the upside still, right? Benny talked about it hovering at this level last night, and we see we're trying to push to the upside now. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting to see, is if we get another push to the upside. Okay, another push to the upside, or, right, if that does not occur, then I want to see a strong break and close below this weekly level and a retest and hold, right? For then move to the downside, right? But I'm thinking we could see that first. So we'll watch and see as the press conference happens, as the bounce back and forth and the emotion comes out, right, which way it ultimately pushes. But those are our two options there. Those are the two options I see. What are you looking at, Reese? What do you see here, man? Short, 106, 664. Gotcha. Okay. 106, 664. Okay. Right at the top there. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I dig it. So you're in here. I got you. We shall see. All right. You got a wide stop on that? I got a tight stop above the previous high. Okay. Yep. Keep your wrist tight there. And then reassess if that stop gets hit. I dig it. Hey, good work, man. Met your rules, pull the trigger. Right? Manage your risk. So that's what we're waiting to see. That's what we're waiting to see. Any questions here on the euro dollar? No? Cool deal. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, if we do get a pushback above that high, right, and we rise to that next level, just reassess, right? Just reassess and see as we move through the day and into tomorrow if we get price to stall here, if we get that trend line break. Yep. Euro CAD. Let's see what she's doing. So we're at a 618 retracement on the monthly, right? Pushed into that zone beautifully, right? On the weekly, we're headed towards a 618 level, right? And we got a weekly resistance level at 146, 459. Okay. So we could rise higher into that zone. All right. One option, keep our eyes on. Right. Is another push to the upside, getting into that resistance level before we turn over. Right. We get down to the daily time frame and we're overextended. Okay. We're overextended. Don't have a swing high yet. Right. We continue to push to the upside. This candle, this wick right now is our highest point. So we'll continue to let this thing rise until it decides to turn over, right? Again, with that conversation coming tomorrow out of the ECB, right? That could give us a catalyst for potential reversal, okay? Could give us the catalyst that we need, right? See price just accelerated to the upside here, right? Momentum picked up and just took off. So as we continue to come down, right, to the 4, we push sideways through the trend line here, okay? And we're just hovering in that range. So we'll shift our trend line to the outermost point. And we'll look to see, right? If we continue to rise, the extension is right in line with that weekly resistance level. So we'll push into that zone potentially, right? So we'll see. This might be one of those 20% scenarios where we get, right, momentum to continue to the upside into that weekly resistance zone. Okay. So we'll watch that there to see what happens, right? Today could give us that push. As we come down to the 1, similar story, right? We got a fresh heavy boundary, right? And you see we push back to the top of that range, okay? So we'll adjust that trend line to the outermost point. And you see here, yesterday when we talked about this, we said we want to see a nice, strong break and close below the cloud, and we never really got that, right? We never really got that when we pushed back above, okay? So that cloud confirmation we didn't get. And then we got the Kumo twist back bullish. So pushing to the upside now, right? So this would be one of those scenarios where using the cloud could really, really keep you out of, right, some drawdown, right? Could keep you out of a trade that could push against you for quite some time, right? So the cloud is a good confirmation point here where you have a lot of bouncing back and forth, right? Just be patient. Just be patient and allow it to give you the signal, right, for that reversal. So this 118, 127 zone on the 1 hour, right, is right in line with that weekly resistance as well. Okay, so we got a D extension in line with that, and we got a 118, 127 zone in line with that. So this is what I'm looking at as well, right? On these euros, right, we could see another push, right? Especially if the conference today, right? The Fed comes in somewhat dovish, right? A little bit softer in their tone, right? We could see that push to the upside there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on this Euro CAD, and then if this level holds, looking for that reversal out like that. Okay, that's what I'm looking at there. Questions here? All right, but another 80-20 scenario ultimately that we got our eyes on the 1 hour. Okay, you're welcome. Trevor, what are you seeing? What are you looking for? What confirmation points are you looking for on this pair? So you took the B boundary, you took a B boundary play? What do you mean when you took a TP1, 144, 630? Was that your entry, 144, 630? $144. So you bought this. You bought this off of the 236. Four, 430. Did you play this on the lower time frame? On 5 minute? Gotcha. Okay. Okay. We'll drop down and we'll take a look at it and see what you got. Change this to blue. All right, we'll drop down to lower time frame and see what you're working with there. Okay. But that's what I'm looking for here, right? Is push to the upside here, get to that level, and then reversal out. All right, so let's drop to the 5 and see what we're working with, Trevor. So the entry was here, took profit there. What confirmations were you looking for in this trade, right? What gave you the entry on it? Do you have any rules around that entry? Right. Nice push down, right? 618 retracement off the 5. Gotcha. Okay. So you want to make sure that, right? I know you're in this exploration phase, right? You want to make sure that you're implementing the things that you're learning, right? We don't want to be at the casino, right? We want to understand why we're entering a trade, right? And why we exit a trade. We don't want to develop bad habits of just guessing and jumping in and out. You lose a lot of money that way, right? It went in your favor this time, but you can lose a lot of money that way. So I strongly suggest, right, practicing the things that we're teaching, right? And start to develop some rules around your entries, right? And not just jumping in and out and not just guessing, right? Because that's gambling, and ultimately it's not a way to be consistent, right? So you want to start to build some consistency around the trades that you do take, right? And understand why you took them. And if they go against you, right, you can look back and say, okay, this is why this went against me, right? Be it fundamental or something technical that we could continue to improve. So that's just my suggestion there. But that's what I'm looking for there. Okay. And then even here on the 5 minute, right, we got a 618 retracement. Matching D extension is here, 145, 735, right? Ultimately signs to push to the upside, right? And we'll look for that weekly resistance level to be hit there. Okay. Cool deal. Questions on the Euro CAD? Gotcha.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we've got a NZD JPY that's breaking trend line on the 5 minute.
NZD JPY.
Yeah.
Clean this up a little bit. Let's see. Let's go straight to the 5. Going off the high here. That's what you got there, Benny?
Yep.
Sweet.
It just broke inner trend line. Moving up. So
Fresh AB boundary, right? Boom. Bang. Trend line break, right? Look for price, right? Next level. Then it's also about trading inner trend line, outer trend line, right? 25 pips to the outer trend line. If we push that daily resistance level at the 618 in that outer trend line, right? You're looking at 50 pips to the upside there, right? So that's an entry opportunity right now. Right now, right? Appreciate that heads up, bro.
Yep. I'm trying to take it to about 87.29, which is that previous high, right?
Yeah,
so
running that range there.
Around that level.
Yep.
So we'll see if it holds beyond that trend line.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yep.
Appreciate that, bro. NZDJPY, right? 5-minute play in action, right? Entry opportunity, right to the upside. So looking at something like this. Stop below your low.
Yep, right below that low in case it turns over.
Yeah.
So good tight stop. Because we know off that B boundary that could always push lower. So we I make sure I get it right up against that low prior to the trend line break. See how it goes.
Sweet. Right. So 2.5 to 1. Right. I mean 1.5 to 1, right? 20 pip stop loss, 30 pip ish take profit, right? So there's your opportunity there. Okay. We'll check back on that later on and see how it goes. Questions on this NZDJPY 5-minute opportunity off the fresh B boundary. Cool deal, right? That one's right now, right? Right now. So let's hop back over. Look at this Aussie NZD. Look at the pound CAD, and then we will. Then I got you recently NZD CAD also. What we got happening here? One second. Oh, dang. Hope you get that cleaned up, Joy. Let's refresh and see what we get. Maybe. Go elsewhere. All right. Maybe now. There we go. All right. Apologize there. So this Aussie NZD, we had talked about it over the weekend, pushing into this weekly support level, right? And you see, right, we're starting to get this retracement happening. We'll get down to the daily time frame, shallow retracement, 118 to 127 zone. We have price hovering here. We got a double bottom scenario here at this daily support and the takeoff, right? We're pushing, we're on the run, right? So off the low, we'll say off this weekly support, right? Up 79 pips already, right? If we get back to that 382, right? You're looking at 290 pips to the upside, right? On the move, beautiful scenario. Ebony said she's still holding this one to the upside. You get here to the 4-hour time frame, similar story, right? This one looks similar to that Euro CAD that we looked at back end of July, beginning of August, right? Setting up on your higher time frames, right? And you had multiple confirmations as we move through. Similar deal here, right? We got an original trend line break here, right? Inner trend line break, we pushed down, gave us this double bottom right here, right? Got this nice spike down yesterday, retest that daily level. And now we're pushing to the upside, right? We just broke this middle trend line, closed. Now we're working our way to the next. Now we're working our way to the next, right? This is a beautiful move. Well, it's a beautiful start to this move anyhow, right? Got the consolidation that we liked, and now we're off. Now we're off, okay? Come down to the 1. And on the 1, you had that additional confirmation as well, right? All 3 levels, 80-20 scenarios, and we're pushing. Anybody else in this move to the upside? Ebony says she's still holding it. Reese is in it. Sweet. Great work.
I'm in it.
Great work. Yep, me too. Me too. Okay. So now we're off. So we don't have a new fib yet here. Yeah, we do. All right. So on these smaller waves, you can track these, right? So if you're looking to add to your trade, right, scale into the trade, right, these are your opportunities, right? So as we get a new fib to form here, we just hit a D extension, right? Once you get a swing high and a pullback, potentially come back and retest this weekly level, right? Smaller wave, if this is the fib, will look like that, right? This weekly resistance level, right? Support and resistance come back. That's in line with your 6-1-8 retracement level, right? So that could be, if we get this action, this could be an opportunity for you to add to your trade or scale into that trade, right? As price continue to move in your favor, right? So you hear Benny talk about trading small and scaling in, right? Your first entry might be small with a wide stop, right? First entry might be here, it might have been here off the original trend line break, right? It might have been your first entry, and your stop loss you might have placed outside the D extension, right? So it's a wider stop, okay? It's a wider stop. So now, right, small entry, small position, excuse me, now as price comes back into your sweet spot off of the smaller waves to the upside, now you can add to that position. So now you have 2 positions as price turns over, moving in your favor, right? And this is how you can build that position, as Benny talks about, right? So by the time you get to the 382 on the 4-hour time frame, you might have 2 or 3 positions built in, right? That might equal $1, right? This is how you do that. This is how you do that. So this is scaling in that we talk about, right? So we'll watch this. We'll watch this, right? And if we get back down here, we'll look for a second entry opportunity, right? Off the break and retest, which is in line, comes into our sweet spot, right? For another opportunity. Does that make sense? Especially our newer folks? Okay. All right, cool deal. So that's where we are there, right? If we come down to the 5, let's see. Take these out. Right. And if you're looking to trade just the reversals off of that, right? There's your 80-20 scenario. There's your 80-20 scenario. Okay. So if you're just intraday trading and looking just to trade these B2C moves, right? Those retracements, here you are. 80-20. Right. Boom. Right. Looking for that retracement potential. Joy, this what you waiting on for sure.
Yeah, I've been sitting in that thing on trade for a whole week, and it got me. That wick had took me out, and I seen it. I said, "Oh, I'm in profit." I went looking; it was closed.
That
I'm
wick,
waiting on the
yeah,
retracement.
that wick was definitely interesting yesterday.
Oh, punk.
Yeah, that wick was definitely interesting yesterday. Right? And just gave us a beautiful retest. A beautiful retest of that daily support. Right. So now we'll wait on this retracement, right? But like I said, those intraday plays, there you go. There's another, you got the NZD, JPY, and you got this Aussie New Zealand. Right. Questions here on the Aussie New Zealand? Cool deal. All right. Update on the pound CAD. Benny just posted this into the chat. And this was off of the 15-minute. Bang. All right. So on the go. That was, where'd that move come off of, Benny? I'm tripping on that.
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
Or did you play this here? Like this move here, right? Push them to the upside. Oh, that's back in November. Yeah.
Nope. So start coming off the I took it off the running off the lows. Right. See where that 120, nope, where that 127 is. Like come down to the low.
Where you at, down here?
Nope, move up in the current fib.
Current fib.
Right. Start running it off the lows right there.
Right here?
Off the B boundary.
B boundary. Okay.
Right. You're on the 15?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you the low. Hold on 1 second.
There we go. That's it there.
So you got it right off that
Yep.
low?
Yep, I got you. Right there. There we go. That's the scenario there. Boom. All right. Got a little pullback here, but looking to continue pushing to the upside. All right. So we're on the move there. Came back, retested the previous resistance level here on the 15. All right. Now looking for this continuation push. Okay. But we're on the go. All right. Up 43 pips as it currently stands. All right. Matching the extension. It's 200 or so to the upside. All right. Once this finishes out at the matching the extension there. Okay. So we're on the go. On the go. Okay. So that's an update on the pound CAD that we posted in the Telegram. Cool deal. Let's take a look. Reset NZD CAD. Secure on that one. Sweet. Great work, Joy. Great work. There's opportunities out here, man. There's opportunities out here. There are opportunities out here. So NZD CAD, let's see. We took out this A. All right, let's back this up a little bit. We'll take a look. Okay. So here, AB boundary, push down, didn't get to the D extension, didn't hit that 382. So 80-20 scenario, bang, pushed up, took out the A. Right. So these fibs are no longer. Okay. Shift these out, run a fib from the low. overextended on the daily, right? Overextended on the daily, couldn't break through this resistance level at 88,037, right? And we got a reaction, and now we're pushing sideways. Okay, now we're pushing sideways. So we drop down to the 4. Right, we're on those same fibs to the upside. So, boom. Oops, nope, missed one. There we go. 80-20 scenario. Okay. 80-20 scenario on your 4. All right, we talked about this over the weekend too. So we're still watching, it's still pushing sideways. Couldn't break through this level and head up, right? So rejected out and trying to press down. So we'll see, right, as we continue throughout the day today, if we continue the sideways push. Okay. Drop down to your 1. Fibs off the low. All right, another 80-20 scenario. Okay. Whoops. Confirmation on all the levels. Bang. Trend line to the upside, like so. Okay. Breaking down. So we'll see if we get a nice break and close below this, or if we continue to bounce in this range a little bit, right? And then give us a breakdown. Oops. Okay. But that's where we sit. So 80-20 scenario off your higher time frames, right? Looking for price to turn over. Okay. Looking for price to turn over. So that's what I'm looking for there on the NZD cat. Okay. I'll be monitoring this one off the 4 like that. Right. Looking for that move to the downside. Get a nice break of this trend line at some point, be it here, or if we get another push back up to test this 88,037 again, right? And then look for that play to the 382, 150 pips. Okay. And then we'll reassess from there. Got anything on the lower time frames? Let's see. Let's see. Might not have much here. Let's map them all the way out. Go. Yeah, not much here on the 15. We drop to the 5. We'll bring these off the high. Could be in for a pullback here. Yep, hovering out a shallow retracement, 118 and 127 zone, right? We broke that trend line there, but we could be in for a potential pullback, right? These are those wicks that we saw on the higher time frame. Pull this out for a second. Could be in for a pullback here, right? So we'll see. You got to, it's not a fun looking 80-20, but it's an 80-20 nonetheless on the 5. Let me refresh this. I don't know why my system keeps freezing up on me. But 80-20 scenario here, right? We'll leave it, right? And look for a push back to the upside, like so. And then we'll see if we get a nice clean break on the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame to the downside. But that's where you're on the NZD cat. Questions here? Same thing. Sweet. Hey, no doubt. No doubt. Good work. Good work. The other one I want to get us an update on is this pound yen. We talked about this. I think we talked about it. We didn't talk about it yesterday, but we're talking about it last week. And, you know, we said we wanted to see price get back to the top of this range, right? Wanted to see price get back to the top of the range and then turn over and make its way down. Reese, I don't know if you took this opportunity at the top of this range, but we got what we're looking for here, right? Triple top scenario right there. Price is turning over and pressing back down. So let's move down through the time frames on your 4. We were just looking at the range, no fibs on it, right? Just looking at the range play here. Wanting price to get back up there and then push down. On your one is where we had some fibs running off the bottom of the range, right? Yesterday we hit D extension, created a new AB boundary, got some consolidation, and we broke down. It should come out like that. We got that running to the upside. Like so. Bang. Right? So that was the move there. Top of the range. Breakdown. At its lowest point, 213 pips, right? Move that occurred yesterday. Okay. So that's that. If we drop down to a lower time frame, let's see what we got off this impulsive move. Bang, 80-20 scenario. All right, strong impulsive move down. Right, could we get a retracement out of it? Could we get a retracement out of it? All right, it's trying to turn over now. All right, there's another one in action. All right, looking for in the moment opportunities. Here you go. Day trade opportunity here. Okay. Back to your 382, right? Take it off that point. 43 pip stop. Back to your 382. You're looking at 85 pips. So you got a 2-to-1 scenario there. All right. If it pushes higher to the 618, right? You got better 3-to-1. Okay. So there's another opportunity, another instant opportunity for us. Okay. Day trade scenario. Boom. Take profit 1. At the 382. Take profit 2 at your 61.8. Bang. That's how you set it up. That's how you set it up. Got your trend line break, entry opportunity. Now we let it play out. Now we let it play out. Okay. Questions on this pound yen? Nope. Cool deal. Anybody got any other pairs you want to take a look at before we wrap it up? Benny, anything before we close it out, bro?
No, so everybody knows what's going on today. Big day, FOMC meeting, rate statements, all types of stuff. So just continue to be patient. I don't know. It's been a pretty active week for me. I typically during these type of weeks, that last week of December, I kind of chill out a little bit, but it's been some pretty good setup. So I'm glad we were able to take advantage of some. So
it definitely has been. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, hey, look forward to the news. Great session as always, Ryan. And look forward to seeing everybody this evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir. All right, good people. Have an awesome day. We'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. All right. See what happens with this FOMC statement. All right. Let's watch it. All right. Have an awesome day, everybody. Peace.
Hey, guys.
You're welcome.